What part of the law should take care of that? Because if people come out publicly to say, you know what, I am going to deal with you, or I'm going to kill you, and tomorrow your son dies, normally there is, I mean, you take some 7 steps. What part of the law takes care of that?
The court is there, and the security apparatus are there, and they're working on that.
Well, anyway, one other issue we also should look at is this whole issue of the North versus South. And if you say well, you're the founder of Northern Friends of the South, initially I thought you just it was a hurriedly put together a group when this whole insurgency started. Now you said, well, it's been there. You've been following
the political trend,
and you just realized that the North has almost been pitched against the South. We'll have to do this. Looking at the comments we've been seeing in dailies lately, Edwin Clark, IBB, back and forth, it goes on and on. Are you worried? Are we changing the whole issue?
As a matter of fact, both of them, Chief Edwin Clark is like a father to me.
Have you ever reached out to him?
We have a father and son relationship. We relate very closely. He's an elder statesman. He has the right to his own opinion. It's his personal opinion, whatever he said.
But some argue that your opinion, irrespective of what it is, shouldn't incite people, shouldn't cause some kind of disaffection amongst people.
What he has said, it has to do with incitement. I never think I didn't thought about that. He wasn't inciting anybody. It's not. I mean, he's over 80. So, I mean, if he's not incited people when he was younger, I don't think he would do that now.
He's insisting on a national confab. Would you say that's the way forward?
Like I said, someday we must be able to sit down table. It's better we Jojo than we Wowo. That's my own opinion.
Isn't that the duplication of role? Now, we have the National Assembly Jojoing already, now representing the people now. So why?
Other countries that have done that, they've got National Assembly, and they did that.
Now we're talking about the National Assembly. Perhaps we'll talk about the budget, the implementation of the 2012 budget, which we have 3 figures already. A different figure from the House of Representatives, the Senate, and even the government. And remember, someone also calling for the impeachment of President if he doesn't implement the budget to, well, a good percentage for us as a nation, knowing full well that analysts have come forward to say there's nowhere you have 100% budget implementation. So
you've answered what I wanted to say.
No, we're talking about the impeachment now.
As a matter of fact,
he's not been able to take it to that level.
Well, there's no place in the world that you have 100% budget implementation. That's the truth. But I didn't know where they got their own figures from. Some people, like I remember during Obasanjo, Lawal said impeachment is part of the process, political process, and if they feel it's part of it, let's watch. Don't forget that the president was elected by Nigerians, and he's doing his best. If he does something that he has to be impeached, I mean, we all watch, we all see what he's done. But for now, I don't think he's done anything that will warrant his impeachment.
Let's get down to specifics now.
Yeah.
We have a budget implementation of 46% of a cash release of 324 billion naira out of a capital component of 1.5 trillion naira. Would you call that a weak pass mark or an outright failure?
It's not a failure. Like I said, the security system, already the security shortcomings are there. So how do you work? He has to tackle the security aspect first before implementing anything.
Okay, talking about the budget on security now, let's look at what is budgeted for the police force now. We have a budget of about 308 billion naira. Would you say that's enough to tackle the security?
I wouldn't say it's enough, but I know it's an ongoing thing. Government are going to look into it.
Are you saying that the security imbalance that we have at the moment is causing a serious setback for the president? Talking about the budget implementation.
That's the truth.
So now let's look at the recent change of strategy, upgrading of devices by the sect, by the terrorists. Now we have a system where they've upgraded from the improvised explosive device to the rocket-propelled grenade. Now, do you think government is doing anything to be on top of the situation?
Government is working tirelessly to make sure that these things have been tackled. And
we're not seeing anything on ground now. we need to know because lives have been lost.
But the truth is this: I mean, it would have been more than this if the government folded their hands and are just looking. Government are working. That's why lately you notice it has went down a bit. It would have been worse than this because most of these guys are out to frustrate the government.
And being a PDP chief, what's it like in the PDP? Is the PDP divided? Some don't even fancy the idea that members of the National Assembly who are in the majority, I mean PDP are in the majority there, will sit and also watch to the extent that an opposition member will raise a motion for the impeachment of the president and no one would even oppose it.
Don't forget that most of the members of the assembly, most of them are PDP in the night and they are in other parties. In the daytime they are PDP, in the night they are in other parties.
There used to be this talk about anti-party activity. For some who look the other way when matters like this come up, are they liable when you talk about anti-party activity?
They are liable, like the chairman of our party said recently. They are elderly, they are adults, and they would not force them to do. They wouldn't force them not to impeach the president. They wouldn't force them. But I mean, if they are knowledgeable enough, they should be able to understand that. I mean, we all belong to one party. You know, if things are wrong, we'll be able to discuss that in-house before you go even into the floor.
Well, if the party is headed, maybe the party or the ship of the nation is headed in the wrong direction and a member of your party thinks otherwise and he is a representative of the people in the National Assembly, shouldn't he make a move towards salvaging or steering the ship?
It's moving into the wrong direction. If he's moving into the wrong direction, a lot of us will blow whistle. We'll be the first people to blow the whistle. But as far as we're concerned, for now, it's on the right track.
You know the issue there first is a national matter, just the way we're discussing about security matters, and they felt it was time for the president to come address them, just almost like State of the Union you get to see in the United States and some other parts of the world.
He will when the time comes.
Until this moment, we haven't seen
any. His itinerary are very tight, and he will find a way around that.
You know, there's a saying that says, you know, it's not just about working hard. Sometimes when it gets down to it, you have to work smart to be able to get the kind of results that you want.
You're right.
People want to see results. I have to say that, we commend the efforts of everyone whose hands are on deck. But if you ask the average Nigerian, they want to see results. Can you say that the president's efforts and all he's been doing is good enough?
Let me explain something to you. Nigerians are always in a hurry. Most of the things the president is doing, this country was already at the rate of crumbling when he came in. It's like having a vehicle that had an accident with a train. So you think you're going to fix it and it's going to look like a brand new one? So you have to manage it. However you fix it, it can't be like a brand new one. So the man is doing his best, and everybody keep complaining the man is doing this, the man is doing that. For God's sake, the man is a human being.